Hello, 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 and welcome. My name is Nick, and I am not sitting across from Q today, but he is on your screen right there, and we are here to save the universe. Welcome, everybody, to Nick and Q Save the Universe Quarantine Edition. We are so glad that you are here. Q, how you feeling, man? You've been locked down for over a week now. How's life?
Well, it's fine. It's all fine. I mean, it's good. It's like you go into a different place mentally. I kind of disassociated myself from the whole rest of the world for a few days. Like I live in a different universe than you guys live. Like I know we say
Oh,
universe.
no, there's no doubt that's true. Yeah,
I'm in a different universe currently where I'm just surviving myself. So,
that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
But I think
does your family live in that universe? Or
oh yes, as much as I try to like not let them, they do live there with me. We're in very close quarters. So I'm currently on day 9 of my 10-day quarantine. Yeah.
Good times.
My wife and oldest 2 girls have like 4 more days. And then my youngest has something like another month. I don't know. Until she gets unquarantined.
Do you have to quarantine while they're quarantining?
No. Apparently, like, you can't be a carrier at some point. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But the health department will call you. Like, we got a straight up phone call from I don't know if you got this, Rena, when you had it. We got a straight up phone call from the Alabama Department of Health saying, okay, we want to talk through what's going on with you. When did this person get it? When did that person get it? What's the symptoms? Here's when you can go back to work. Here's when this person can go back. We'll send you paperwork, all the deal. You didn't get that, Rena?
No, mine was during the initial chaos, so I'm sure they finally planned something that was nice like that. That's really good, actually.
Yeah, they called us and walked us through the whole deal. So that was actually pretty nice. So.
Yeah. Well, he's already talked, but I will introduce our lush and lavish producer there. That's Rena. How's it going, Rena?
It's okay.
I see you're doing your full-on producer impersonation today with the headset and the mic.
Yeah.
You look really, really, really professional.
Thank you.
Today, and I like that. Yeah,
do you try to be like like hipsterish?
No. I
didn't know if you went for that. Like you just said, oh, I want to be that.
I don't know.
I feel about like, I feel like Rena would look that way whether it was cool or not. So I don't think I don't think that's fair.
I'm just asking the question. I'm not like making judgment. I just know he wears like those band shirts all the time and stuff.
What?
And I don't know if
those band shirts,
like shirts of bands,
What's wrong with that?
That just seems to be a hipsterish thing to do. I don't know.
I like bands, and I support artists by buying their T-shirt. So
that is a good way to support them, especially during this time, because a lot of them need our support because it's not like they're getting any money from gigs these days.
Yeah.
That last million they had last year probably is not holding up very well.
Hey, most bands are not. 90% of bands are not making a whole lot of money.
The ones that he wears the shirts of have made lots of money.
I don't know if that's true or not.
What shirt you got on right now, Raina?
What?
What shirt you got on right now?
This is a anime shirt because I'm really cool.
Oh. He wears that one band shirt.
Anime's too cool for me.
He wears a band shirt, and those people made lots of money. They had a bunch of albums.
A band shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, a lot of those guys don't make as much money as you think. Like Weezer, for instance. Weezer is a band that we all know about, that we all listen to a lot about.
They're millionaires.
I'm telling you, they're not.
There's no way Weezer's not millionaires.
Dude, I'm telling you, like they did like I was watching like a show where like one of the guitar players for Weezer, and he lives in like a 1-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles. I mean,
he made some bad financial decisions then.
Well, I'm just telling you
that Blue album.
It's harder than you think. It's not. A lot of these folks do not make as much money as you think they do.
Okay, well then I want to do some market research. I know we're not at the place where Rena can just jump on his computer because now he's doing things on his computer here. But I wonder, I'd like to know, actually, I'm going to Google it while you're talking. I would like to know how much Weezer made off of the Blue Album personally, because I bet it was millions.
I don't know. I'm telling you, man, what time you get the record companies and all the people that make money off those things, I mean, it's not as much as you think it is. I'm just telling you, it's not as much as you think it is.
Well, I'm gonna look it up.
Not as okay. Well, I'm looking forward to you looking it up. So am I just supposed to? You guys both look like you're looking something up right now. So am I just supposed to talk until?
Yeah.
you just want me to fill time?
I mean,
would you like me to do a show tune?
Rivers Cuomo, the author, the main singer, lead singer, his net worth is $35 million.
You know, this has been such a hard year for him. We should really if everybody could go buy a shirt from Weezer right now.
But I'm telling you,
he's only worth $35 million. Poor soul.
The dude that writes the songs makes the money because that's where the money is. The people who don't write the songs do not make near as much money.
It's true.
Nick, it's $35 million.
Well, yeah, he does.
They're fine.
Rivers got that.
He is.
They're all fine. All of Weezer is fine. That guy's living in a one-bedroom apartment. He's fine. He's okay.
All right. Maybe one day we'll find out.
We will.
Maybe one day we'll know. Well, what have you been doing, Q? What have you been up to in quarantine?
So,
I mean, I know you've been watching some movies.
Yeah, I wanna spend some time this episode really helping people because the truth is, man, like I feel really lucky, honestly. It's hard. I mean, part of it's hard. Like you get told you're positive for COVID. I felt sick Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and then Thursday that morning, Thanksgiving, I woke up just like I had a really bad head cold, and just laid around all day Thanksgiving. There wasn't much I could do on Thanksgiving Day. Didn't go to family, and then Friday, my wife kind of pushed me into going and getting a COVID test. I actually felt a lot better Friday morning, but tested positive, and you have all these kind of emotions that come with you in that moment. Like you're like, wow, there's all these. I mean, you get on Facebook, there's all these stories of people getting super sick with COVID, and here locally, our hospitals are filling up, and people are having put on ventilators, and so initially you're kind of scared, you know, when you get that diagnosis because you're like, well, okay, what's going to happen with me? And then as it went on, man, I felt really lucky and almost like some guilt, like. I went through this and didn't have near the traumatic experience that many of my friends or many people I know have, and that's just in its own thing something weird to deal with. It's like, wow, I mean, I'm kind of skirting through this with unscathed, and there's a lot of people who are fighting for their life right now, you know. So I don't know. It's been weird. It's been mentally. It's been as exhausting as anything for me. But I want to help people because a lot of people I know. Rena has already had COVID once, and I'm just getting through COVID. You somehow have dodged it at this point, Nick.
I have no idea how I've managed to do that. I have been in quarantine for the last week because you had COVID, and I was with you the day before you started showing symptoms.
That's true.
According to guidelines, that meant that I was in quarantine. But my negative test result came back yesterday, so I am a free man.
Nice.
It's quarantine is weird because it's like I had to wait to get a test because they don't want you to test too soon because then you might not actually get a good result. So I had to wait a few days to get a test. And so mine was just kind of been a waiting game, and you know, and the way my brain works, everything's a symptom. You know,
sure.
So it's like, yeah, you know, I would sneeze and go, yeah, I'm dying. That's it. I've got COVID. But turns out I did not somehow. I'm always shocked when anybody has not seen Field of Dreams. I just don't know how you go through your life and not watch the movie Field of Dreams. I don't know how that happens.
Is it that popular of a movie?
I feel like it's a movie that everyone should have seen at one point in their life. I mean, it's popular enough a movie where it is referenced in pop culture constantly. Like
it's misquoted though.
I watch TV shows to this day that still reference Field of Dreams. So I mean, it's popular enough for that.
It's misquoted
how? Misquoted how?
So I realized this. I've always heard, because I've quoted it. They say, "Build it, and they will come," but it's not what he says.
No,
It says,
if you build it, he will come.
He will come. Yes.
If you build it, he will come.
Yes. Have you seen this, Rena?
I have seen Field of Dreams.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I've never said it wasn't weird. I mean, it's a different movie. And here's the deal. I'm not one of those guys that says everybody should like every movie that I like. You get to like whatever you want to like. All right. I just said that it should be watched.
I think it's enjoyable, but here's a few questions I had. I haven't talked to you about this. I wanted to do this on this podcast. Here's a few questions. I mean, it seems like such a quick, sudden jump for them just to have this voice saying, build it and he will come. What? I mean, that seems like they didn't figure out a way to develop the plot. They just said, you know what? We'll just have his voice say this.
The plot is kind of developed in the very beginning, when he's talking about, before the movie even really begins, he's talking about growing up with his dad, and he's talking about baseball, and he's talking about Shoeless Joe Jackson and everything that happened with the Black Sox and all that thing. I mean, they really kind of develop everything there. And I think for me, it's, it's a guy who owns a cornfield, who has no interest in owning a cornfield. It's just kind of what he fell into. And he's in a point in his life where he's like trying to figure out, what's the rest of my life look like? I don't want to be here. And so
does he figure it out though?
Yeah, he figures it out. Absolutely.
How's he figured out? He builds a baseball field that ghosts come play on.
He figures it out that his life is about his family. It doesn't matter where he is as long as he's there with his family. And he's dealt with the things of his past at the end with his father, dealt with some issues there and that have kind of brought him to the place that he's at. And yeah, I mean, absolutely. And he's about to be a millionaire because a whole lot of people are lined up to come pay for tickets to come watch the people play on Field of Dreams. So that's always good.
Who are they even going to come watch? Because if they show up, they're probably going to see the people.
No, they can see the people now. That's the whole, after Moonlight Graham walks out of the field and saves his daughter from choking, everybody can see. Everybody that was there could see at that point.
All it was there was his brother-in-law.
And the bankers.
The bankers weren't even there at that point. Here's my assessment of this movie, is that Kevin Costner is a man who is literally losing his mind. And his wife, I'm not joking. I seriously think this is how this movie was made. Like, I thought about it. I assessed it. I seriously think this movie. His wife is like in that weird position where, and some of you may have been out there, where you have a spouse that's kind of losing their mind, but you love them. And his wife's kind of in that weird place. His wife's in that weird place where she's like going along with his delusions. She's like, oh yeah, I see them. She doesn't see them out there.
Well, she's a bit of a hippie, so I think she does to a degree. Because
I think she's like just trying to keep the family together because she knows her husband's insane. And I think it's him dealing with a bunch of inner demons. I think the story is about him dealing with a bunch of inner demons in a sci-fi manner. That's really like it's like, what if your inner demons came to life and played baseball in your backyard? That's what this movie's about. And that's interesting to me. And I'm actually okay with it.
Here's the thing. And it's the thing I love about movies, about music, about art, everything. It's open for your interpretation. You get out of it whatever you want to get out of it. For me, who's someone who, I grew up playing ball with my dad. My dad was my baseball coach. So many years, and there was so many ways, and a lot of ways there was, and still to this day, there's just so many ways that me and my dad can't connect, but we can connect through sports and through baseball. And
maybe you should build a diamond in your backyard and invite him over.
Maybe I should, but he's not. My dad's not dead yet. Moment. So it wouldn't really fit with the story. But
maybe you should just act like he is.
But there's just something about going back.
I don't know.
There's something about being able to go back to that time, because I feel like at the end of that movie, he's a kid again, just playing catch with his dad.
He's insane. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's when a person's finally broken snap. They can't deal with life. They're just a little kid playing catch with their daddy. That's exactly right. You're exactly right. I totally, it is all about his mental health. I think this is a complete psychology movie. Absolutely. I loved it, by the way. I've never seen psychology depicted in such a creative way as
I don't know. I mean, I've never thought of it in those ways. I just feel like it's a man who is tortured to a degree by some things that happened in his past that he's never been able to deal with. And to
by the
me,
way,
it's
let's be honest, he's tortured by some really silly things. I mean, there's a lot of people who've been tortured by a lot worse than my dad didn't play baseball with me.
My dad didn't play baseball with me.
Yeah, but he played drums.
Look at me now.
He played drums with you and drew kaiju.
I would be curious to hear thoughts. Maybe Rena put that up on Twitter and on social media. I want to hear some thoughts on Field of Dreams.
But I watched that. I'm pro Field of Dreams.
From our viewers.
I've got some more movies. Rena suggested one I'm really excited about. And here's what I've come. Like, we should watch feel good movies. Like, whatever you think about Field of Dreams, at the end of it, like, I'm feeling really good at the end of Field of Dreams. Like, this guy gets this moment with his dad. It's super sweet. It's super nice. It's very introspective. I'm thinking about my dad. It's great. Like, I think if you're dealing with quarantine right now, look, don't watch like horror movies. Don't watch like super action thrillers. Like, I love all those. And in fact, I missed a bunch of feel-good movies because I was such a war, like, action movie guy when I was growing up. Man, there is some beautiful feel-good movies out there that just at the end of them, you just feel warm inside.
Yeah.
You know?
I know one that I mentioned to you last night, I think that you said you still haven't watched, is Cool Runnings.
I have
the story of the Jamaican bobsled team.
You know what I realized I may have not watched? I realized I may have not watched Rudy.
I'm not a sports fan, and I don't like Rudy.
I realized I just may have not watched Rudy. I probably haven't, or I would know.
I don't think we can be friends anymore, man. I mean, seriously.
Is Rudy good?
Oh gosh. I mean, I know Rena's not a sports guy, so I get it. And it's okay. Like I said, everybody's allowed to like what they want to like and not like what they don't want to like. All right. That's how I feel. I don't get on to people for liking something different than me. But Q, you're a freaking football player and you've never seen Rudy?
I don't think I have. Is it good?
It's life-changing. I don't think you can watch that movie and be the same if you like sports at all. I'm
going to watch it then.
Oh,
I'm pretty excited about it because I'm watching.
I have all the questions now. I mean, because if you haven't seen Rudy, what have you seen? Have you seen Remember the Titans?
I have watched Remember the Titans. Yes.
Okay. Have you? All right. I'm just having to go through movies now and think. But
I watched Radio Again. It's one of my feel-good movies.
Hey, I want to apologize to all of our listeners. I know we have a lot of listeners who are right now are thinking I'm never going to listen to the show again because Q's never seen Rudy. So if that's you, I just want to apologize right now for that. So
I mean, I watched a lot of movies growing up, but when I watched movies, I watched like Braveheart. I watched all the Civil War movies. I was just into all this war stuff. Platoon. I've
seen all those too, but I've also seen Rudy.
I don't watch as many movies as you, though.
Man,
some of us watch sports movies and some of us actually play sports.
I did too. I played sports and I watched Rudy.
I'm just saying, while you were watching that movie, I was practicing getting better.
Do not watch anything until you watch Rudy. Do not watch anything until you watch Rudy.
That should be the next one, really?
That absolutely.
What about that one that Jeff
I know
said?
Jeff is giving me a face right now. Jeff, I love Rena. I love him to death. But as two guys who play football, watch Rudy. And then watch whatever weird movie Rena wants you to watch.
I feel like the premise behind Rudy, though, is like so like overplayed. Like, oh, walk on, try to make it. You finally make it, you play a play, you make a big play.
It's not a premise. It's a true story.
He's so little.
About Rudy Rudiger.
He's a little football player. Look at the little football guy.
We just lost half of our audience. Y'all just.
I'm gonna watch it.
You just
I'm gonna
alienated
watch it.
half of our audience right there.
I just
At least
think
half.
it's like it's Rudy. It's like it's overplayed. It's overplayed, man.
Y'all
And
gonna
I
have
will
to talk
say,
for a
that's
minute.
what about Field of Dreams was so. Field of Dreams is unique. I've never watched that went the route Field of Dreams went. I'm telling you, for that, I enjoyed how it did what it did. It was so good to me. So there you go. Field of Dreams is A+. Rudy, who knows? I'll try it out. We'll see.
Rudy.
I feel like Rudy's like an ESPN 30 for 30 that's going to be made into a 2-hour movie.
It's not a 3-hour movie. I'm speechless at this point. Wow. Like literally I was having a conversation with someone yesterday. And I said, can you believe that Q has not seen Field of Dreams? And they looked at me and said, well, he's at least seen Rudy, hasn't he?
Nobody said that.
Yes, they did. That was their exact words. The exact same that came out of their mouth. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm sure he's seen Rudy. There's no way he hasn't seen Rudy.
Well,
That was the exact same.
As a fan of movies and not specifically sports, the two sports movies that I actually enjoy that aren't comedies are Any Given Sunday and
Good.
Moneyball.
I watched
I
both
like
of those.
those.
What
Yeah.
about-
Moneyball's
what-
great.
What about
I
White Men
actually
Can't
need to
Jump?
rewatch Moneyball.
That's a good movie. I like White Man Can't Jump.
I thought that was a great sports movie.
It is. Rena, have you seen The Replacements? I feel like you would like The
Mhm.
Replacements.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, with Keanu Reeves, and yeah, that's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Look, I'm
Yeah,
going to
that's a
watch
good
it. I'm sorry that I haven't seen it. But that's been one of my things is trying to watch feel good movies to help get me through COVID-19. Another thing we've done a lot around here is we take walks around outside. That's been really helpful just to kind of enjoy. I really enjoy the cold weather. So walks in the cold weather is super enjoyable for me. If you don't like the cold weather, it might be tough, but man, it's just something about the crispness in the air. I just love that, especially when it's sunny outside.
Yesterday was about the most perfect day that we could have. I mean, it was like 52, 53 degrees and sunny. I mean, that was perfect.
Yeah,
That was
it's
You're
fantastic.
walking around on a field too. You're not just like going to Walmart and walking around. So
Yeah, I have a little bit of property that I walk
Yeah.
around. That's true. And then also cooking. I found that I've cooked. We've ordered from, deliver like groceries they just put in the back of your car. We've done that a few times. And so I just been cooking some stuff. My wife cooked chili today, which is awesome. I love when my wife makes chili. So
There's actually chili cooking above me in the apartment right now that I can smell. And I can't wait to get rid of you two people so I can go eat it.
yeah. So here's the thing. Like
understandable.
if you're dealing with COVID, you can like get all like in your own head about it and sad about it, but there's some great movies. There's really great music. You can go walking. You can cook. That's a fun thing. I'm super excited, Rena. By the way, I had a little correspondence with your wife on Facebook about that soda bread.
Oh yeah.
Is that happening?
Whenever you want it, she'll work on it.
Have you ever had soda bread, Nick?
I have not. I don't think I have had soda fed bread. I did see that on Instagram.
Did you say soda fed?
Where-
You never had soda fed?
Soda fed. So I've never had soda fed. Soda bread. I did see on Instagram where Jeffrey where she made bourbon snickerdoodles for Jeffrey, and I'm
Yes.
very upset that I did not get one of those because those looked fantastic.
They're
Those
very
are
good.
I
really
don't.
good.
I think we need a rule that unless I get whatever it is that your wife is making, she's not allowed to put it on Instagram.
We should definitely
Because
taste test.
Pretty much just throwing it in my face.
Yeah, I think we should definitely taste test to make sure it's up to standards,
Absolutely. Are those all gone, Rena?
No, there's a few left. Whenever
Okay, I'm out of
whenever
quarantine.
she
I may
does,
ride down there in a minute.
I usually bring some into the office.
Yeah, but that wasn't really a thing this week. Yeah. So yeah.
Good movies, cook, walk. I mean, those are three things I do.
Yeah, you gotta figure out a way to get outside. You can't just sit in the house all the time.
No, you gotta
gotta
outside.
get outside.
The other thing is,
Yeah.
if your symptoms aren't too bad, one thing I've found is just pick some like projects around the house you've been wanting to get done. and just do one of them a day. Like I fixed, I cleaned the garage one day, and then I fixed my youngest daughter's dresser one day. So nothing big, but it's just an opportunity. Because here's the hardest thing about quarantine is that it's just so much time. So if you can realize there's all this time, if you can just pick one thing a day to try to knock off the list, you feel like you've had some productivity while you've been quarantined, and it helps get your mind off of it, and you feel successful, and
Absolutely.
that's good, So
Absolutely.
that's
And we also live.
sorry, that's the things I've
Go
been
ahead.
doing in this quarantine to try to like manage with it,
Yeah, and we also, and you've mentioned this a couple times lately, Q. I think it's a book you're reading. We live in this world where like rest is a bad word for some reason. Where it's like you're always supposed to be going and doing and going and doing and going and doing all the time, or you're not the person that you should be, or whatever. But rest is very, very important. So I mean, if you have the opportunity, man, get some rest.
Yeah.
It's okay. It is okay. I mean, I know for me, we've talked a lot about my blood pressure issues and things going up, and because I was with you the day before you started showing symptoms, I've been in quarantine till my test came back negative yesterday. But I've gotten some rest the last few days, and my blood pressure's down. So
that'll happen.
Crazy, crazy enough.
Crazy. We have this. Me and my wife have this system set up. I'm usually staying in the bed in the morning till like 8:30, and you guys know how abnormal that is for me. Like I'm usually up about 5:30 or 6, but I've been staying up watching these movies, these feel good movies, till like 1 a.m. So like the rhythm has been, hey, Odge, you get up with the kids, let me sleep into like 8 or 8:30. It's been nice. I get extra rest, and then in the afternoon, like right after lunch, I let Audrey take a nap, and I just handle everything because I'm not big on midday naps. So
no, I'm not a napper. My least favorite thing every day is getting up. So why would I do it twice?
Yeah. So she takes a nap, and I just sleep a little late in the morning. But like here's the thing I'm so excited about tonight, guys, is around 10:30, everybody in my house will be asleep, and I'll have 2 good movies to watch from 10:30 on. It's going to be incredible. Like it's going to be this moment, and Rudy may change my life tonight. That's the thing. Who knows? Or what's the movie you want me to watch, Rena?
One Cut of the Dead, man.
One Cut of the Dead may change my life tonight. I'm super excited because I cannot get Field of Dreams out of my mind how amazing it was. I cannot get how amazing that sci-fi movie was. It was so incredible how it changed, like how it did something so
not
different.
A sci-fi movie.
It is sci-fi.
Not a sci-fi movie. It's
the
not.
whole time it's sci-fi.
It's not.
How do you say it's not? He hears a voice.
I don't. Yeah, I know, but that's not science fiction. Science fiction is supernatural.
Sci-fi.
Supernatural and sci-fi are not the same thing.
Supernatural is science fiction.
Science fiction, as in supernatural, has nothing to do with science. Like it's out of science.
Have you seen the movie Supernatural?
The movie Supernatural? I've seen the television show Supernatural.
Was that the one with? That wasn't Kevin Costner again, was it?
Well, but okay, the show Supernatural. You seen that?
The show Supernatural. Yeah,
It's
there's
sci-fi.
nothing. There's not. It's not science
It's not
fiction.
sci-fi.
It's supernatural.
It is sci-fi. It's science fiction.
It's like fantasy
No.
horror.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Yes.
You're wrong. It's okay though. It's okay to be wrong.
Science fiction is technology that doesn't exist. It is-
Supernatural.
Voices that speak to you.
Supernatural and science fiction are two different genres.
By the way,
They're not the same.
the only part of that movie I did not enjoy. The only part of that movie I did not enjoy was the fact that the author, I forget his name in that movie.
Terrence Mann.
Yes. That he heard the voice too. That's the only thing I did not.
Why?
It broke down the continuity of it. Like it should have been all happening in Costner's head, in his character's head.
See, to me, it was like two people who were dealing with their past. So of course they both heard the voice.
It just breaks it down. Now the voice is something weirdo. Like you can't even figure out the voice at this point because of that. Like if it doesn't happen that way, it's just all in Costner's head and it makes sense,
But it's not all in Costner's head. You find out at the end who it is, who the voice was all along.
Not really. You can say
You do.
You can say it's his dad, but it's not really.
It wasn't his dad. It was Shoeless Joe.
I mean, you can say that, but it's not really. It's just this random voice is telling him different things.
I like that everybody thinks football is so important that Jesus would be like, hey, go down and make a field.
This movie's not about football. It's about baseball, Rena.
You know
what are you talking about?
We are so far out of anything that Rena's comfortable talking about or knows anything about.
Why would Jesus care so much about baseball that he would send?
What are you talking about?
It wasn't Jesus.
I'm not saying it's Jesus' voice that says that.
Well, if it's supernatural, then are they coming back?
It could have been Satan. Yes, it could have been Satan saying it. It could have been Satan.
It's not. They're coming from a place that they are wherever. It's not. You ain't got to get all religious on it.
It is actually a blasphemous movie. Because at the end he says like heaven is where your wishes come true or something. And he goes, well, maybe this is heaven. And it's not heaven. We know heaven's more than that. So maybe it is blasphemous movie, actually.
I don't know. If Jesus is, heaven is wherever Jesus. Heaven is
not
a
baseball field.
Heaven is where Jesus is.
Heaven is not a freaking baseball field.
Exactly.
If I reunite with Jesus on a baseball field, that's where heaven is.
No, I agree with Rena. Yeah. That's so dumb. This is your super baseball. Baseball's the greatest sport in the world moment.
No, look, I'm telling no, heaven for me is I wake up on Pebble Beach and I'm playing golf with Jesus. That's heaven for me.
Jesus doesn't play golf. He doesn't play baseball. He doesn't play any of those sports.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Dude, Jesus doesn't play those.
You don't. There's nothing in
Jesus
Scripture
goes for hikes. Hikes is what Jesus does.
That's what he does.
Yes. Read it all the time. He's walking places, hiking. He's not playing golf.
Golf and baseball didn't exist at the time.
Okay.
What if Jesus came back today and he came back and like, hey guys, I've got this sermon that I'm going to do, and instead of doing it on a mount, I'm going to do it on the mound. And we're gonna have some baseball. We're gonna have some baseball. We're gonna have some baseball, and then I'm gonna throw some blessed bees at you.
I feel like you're so tied to like sports in your life that you want to like. It's just weird how you make them. Weird
I am not.
You are, dude. We're old. We're not athletes anymore. We're old. Oh, I don't care.
I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete because I play golf.
No, you don't. I don't care if you go hit your little 72 or whatever you did on that course the other day. It's not that big a deal, bro.
To me, that's really all that matters. I don't really care what you think.
Jesus ain't like, 72. Oh, I'm so happy about that.
He was very excited. He was very excited about it because Jesus loves me, and so he was happy that I was happy.
He could care less. He could care less about the freaking 72. That's the truth. Jesus don't care about no 72. He cares about us 71. Living with love.
And he does.
That's what he cares about.
He does, and I loved my 71. It was a loving day.
Now he's trying to stretch it to 71.
I wasn't stretching it. That's what it always was. It was the first time I ever broke par.
Fake news. I think it's been 30 minutes.
I have no idea. I was about to say I have no idea how long we've been talking.
How do you want to end this?
I want to end this probably like
right now.
Look, we're in COVID. We've survived. This is your
COVID land.
This is your COVID land episode of Nick and Q Saves the Universe. We'll be back to normal next week. I hope you
maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to be back to normal. I mean, you may get COVID.
Yeah, I know. About to say I may get it. I'm the one that hadn't got it yet. So
I'm
who
good
knows? For now and then I may have it.
January and February, as far as I know at this point. So I'm good for the next 3 months.
Yeah, I kind of that kind. I mean, I probably shouldn't wish that, but like I didn't have hardly any symptoms at all. So honestly, I've kind of been thinking for the last few days, man, I hope I just have it. I hope I have it and get it over with. But now I have to go back to being careful around it, and I don't. It's
stressful.
It's kind of. Did you find, Raina? Did you find it a little freeing once you kind of got through it and realized, okay, I ain't got to worry about this for 3 months?
No, because my wife's friend had to go to the hospital for her second diagnosis of it. I've felt like it's the same no matter what. Like I know everybody says once you get it, oh hooray, like you're immune for a little bit, but
how close was her second diagnosis? How close was her second diagnosis to her first one?
I'm not sure. It was pretty quick though. It wasn't
really.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter, end of the day, it's like we were talking about before. Nobody knows anything about this disease yet. I mean, nobody. No. I mean, Q, your brother's a pharmacist, and I was talking to him the other day, and I was like, "So, is this any better now that we kind of know how to treat? You kind of know how to treat it?" And he just looked at me and said, "We don't know how to treat it."
No, they gave me.
We have no idea to treat it.
They gave me like a Z-Pack, antibiotics, and cough medicine. I mean, that's what they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what it made me do is my ankle felt better.
Good.
That's good.
The steroid pack really helped my ankle.
That's good. That's good. Well, good. Well, maybe we need to go on a hike while your ankle's feeling good.
Let's do it.
Since apparently that's something Jesus would do, not anything else.
It's in the Bible.
Well, hey, we want to thank you for listening and watching as always. And we also really, on a serious note, we want to send our prayers out to people who are struggling right now. We have people that we know personally who are on ventilators, who are really sick, really, really sick right now. And we just want you to know that we're praying for you. And we want you to know that if you're part of the Nick and Q family, you are our family. So reach out to us. Let us know how we can pray for you, how we can, if there's something we can do for you and your family during this difficult time. We want to be able to do that because we love you. And we want to do whatever we can to save your universe. All right, guys, you got any final thoughts?
No, just stay safe out there, guys. I love you guys. Season, and if you are struggling, mental health wise, whatever, again, reach out to us. Find somebody to connect with. We want to support you any way we can. We love you guys.
Yeah. Rena, what you got, buddy?
Just communication. Don't get with your friends. Talk with your friends. Do what we're doing here and just hang out. Have a good time.
Yeah. Unless they've all had COVID, then just go hang out. Who cares? In the past few days.
I'm going to hang out with people for at least a month, all just like willy-nilly now.
My wife told me the other day that I'm only allowed to hang out with people who have already had COVID. So I guess you two are the two of the people I'm going to get to hang out with. All right, guys. Well, we are so thankful that you tuned in, however you tuned in, whether it was your favorite podcast app or watching us on YouTube. We love you. And once again, the universe is a safe place. You're welcome.